Hey guys, I just wanted to say, sorry about the mic recently. I will try to fix it. In the meantime, you're gonna have to deal with shittiness. So sorry. Alright, so one of my viewers requested this video. By the way, he has a YouTube as well, so go support him. Nonetheless, I thought this is actually the perfect video to do because I made a playlist a while ago on this exact topic, so here we go. Not only are we discussing good songs from bad artists, but also bad songs from good artists. We'll start with the good, and specifically, I'm going to start with songs I do like from bands mentioned in this video. Let's start off with one of the most controversial picks for that video. Green Day. People were very vocal about the fact that they thought I was wrong about Green Day. I still stand by what I said, but I do want to clarify something that I did not in that video. That being, just because I said pop punk isn't punk doesn't mean I think pop punk is a bad genre. Again, I don't think it's punk in the slightest, but listen, I really like certain pop punk bands like Paramore and Old Panic at the Disco. And yeah, I don't think it's necessarily bad. Back on the topic of Green Day, another thing I'm not sure if I mentioned in that video is that you all might be surprised to hear that 100% Green Day used to be my favorite rock band. I'd say I like them even more than Nirvana at one point. However, I did end up turning 14 instead of 13, so now I can see the truth. Nonetheless, there are 3 Green Day songs I still do think are good. They're not unknown by any means. These songs are Basket Case, Holiday, and Brain Stew. Basket Case used to be my favorite song of all time. I still think it's really catchy. Holiday is always way too catchy to turn off, and the riff on Brain Stew is undeniably sick as hell. Anyways, let's go into another band where I have vocally said I do like one of their songs before, and that's 21 Pilots. The song in question is Goner. That song, I'm just really forever confused how a band like 21 Pilots made that song. It's so beautiful, really, and really emotional. The climax is genuinely like harrowing, and it's overall a really good song. Now, that video has a section where I briefly discuss some overrated bands, and all of those bands I mentioned minus King Crimson have songs that I really like. The most notable case here being Slipknot. I really did not emphasize this in that video, but listen, I love early Slipknot. I actually think the self-titled album is a very good contender for one of the angriest albums ever made. It is a thrilled ride, it's fast, the vocals are really good on the self-titled album. Everything's great. I do think Iowa is a bit overrated, or at least people exaggerate how angry it is. But nonetheless, Iowa's great. I fucking love the Heretic Anthem and Disaster Piece. The closing track is messed up too. But yeah, the thing is, those are just the first 2 albums. Slipknot would go on to become way softer, and Corey Taylor can be an asshole at times, so the overall band is overrated. And my god, the fans are terrible. To give them credit, it would be difficult to top those first 2 albums. Maybe that has something to do with it, I don't know. Anyways, on to the other bands. For Korn, their 3 most popular songs I really like, and I have to say, I used to be a huge Korn hater, but my opinion on them has changed greatly after I saw them live. I mean, not the greatest performance I've ever seen, but it was in my top 5. Just so you know, I have not seen a lot of artists live. I've only seen like 9. Then we've got Kiss. I still fucking really hate Kiss. To me, their music is nauseatingly basic. I almost have to apologize to goddamn Avenged Sevenfold. Kiss is that basic. But they have I Was Made for Lovin' You. That's a pretty good song. And finally, we got AC/DC. I've always liked Thunderstruck and Who Made Who, but specifically, You Shook Me All Night Long is really good. That's one that I'm a big fan of. And last but not least, we got Guns N' Roses, who got the ending spotlight in my last video. Not because I'd say they're my least favorite band ever, but just of how ungodly overrated they are. They honestly have 2 songs I like, but one song I fully like, okay? Let me explain. These 2 songs are Welcome to the Jungle and November Rain. However, I primarily just like the intro to Welcome to the Jungle. I fucking wish the rest of the song sounded like that so bad because it's such a good intro. And then November Rain is a song that I think most people agree is pretty good. So that's it for the bands I hate video. But there are a lot more artists I think are bad that have good songs. Let's start with an artist a lot of people assume I hate, but I don't. Nonetheless, they're not good. I'm talking about Limp Bizkit. Overall, Limp Bizkit has some mid-ass music, but their two most popular songs, Break Stuff and Rollin', are goddamn popular for a reason. Listen, like, hear me out. Even if you're a super metalhead, try listening to these two songs once in a while. You might actually appreciate them a bit more. They go really hard. Alright, so I've talked quite a bit about rock and metal music on this channel, and I haven't talked too much about rap, which is kind of weird because I love rap music. Nonetheless, we'll be talking about a lot of rappers in this video, and let's start with a rapper I've always really disliked, Netspend. I have a video where I literally say you are retarded if Netspend is your GOAT, and I do not back down on that statement. However, the main thing I want to say with Netspend is I mainly don't like this guy for fucking ruining like every beat he's given. Nothing Like You, We Not Like You, Withdrawals, that one song, some of these have become my favorite rage beats ever. However, they all fall apart the minute this fucking guy opens his mouth. However, luckily, there are two songs he has where his voice is sort of drowned out by the beats. These being Shut Up and Skipping Class. With Skipping Class, though, it's more so he just shuts up more. Overall, I just cannot fucking stand this guy's rapping. Same with Fresh Boy Swag, but I'm still yet to hear that guy make a good fucking song. The next artist we got to talk about is one I know is going to make a ton of people pissed off. The internet has watched firsthand how fucking dumb this guy's fans can be. The next rapper we're talking about is Drake. Listen, if you go in my comment section trying to convince me to get more into Drake, I'm just not reading your comment, dude. I'm done trying. I don't fucking like Drake. Nonetheless, his song 9 is a really good one. And I have to say, I think Drake is better at doing features than being on his own songs. His work on Sicko Mode is, in my opinion, the best song he's ever done. Like, period. Next up, we got an artist I forgot to talk about in the Bands I Hate video, yet still made it into the thumbnail. And you can, yeah, it's U2. And we're discussing their song Sunday Bloody Sunday. You know, the Cranberries and My Bloody Valentine also come from Ireland. So as to why we're still considering U2 the Irish band, I have no clue. Okay, next one might be unfair. My love for this song does really come from one good memory. However, we got Mindless Self-Indulgence with their song Never Wanted to Dance. To put it simply, it was my friend's Sweet 16 dance party. One of the only times I have ever been in the mood to genuinely dance, and I fucking do not dance, okay? This song came on and it was really fun to listen to. As for the band itself, I find everything else they do just really annoying, and yeah, they're horrible people. Next artist we have is one where I remember when I actually ended up liking one of this guy's songs. I was shocked. I thought this was an artist I would forever hate, but I'm talking about NBA Youngboy and his song Shot Callin'. This song is pretty good in my opinion, but listen, I will forever be genuinely confused as to how Youngboy became such a household rapper. His music is terrible, his voice is terrible, he is one of the stupidest fucking people I've ever seen. I actually think he's kinda mentally disabled just on the way he talks. But yeah, and I should also say that Make No Sense is like okay, but not really good. Alright, next song is gonna be Fuck You Mean by Gunna. Gunna sucks. And this guy needs a new producer ASAP. Literally all his songs sound the fucking same, bro. I don't know what to say about Fuck You Mean. It's a good song that got really viral. But yeah, speaking of another really basic rapper with one good viral song, we got A Boogie Wit Da Hoodie. Oh god, I fucking hate that name. Nonetheless, we're talking about Drowning feat Kodak Black. This song's just really catchy, and if anything, Kodak is the shitty rapper here. I bet you've all heard his amazing verse to death. I don't have much to say about A Boogie with the Hood. Oh my god, I can't stress enough how awful that name is. But, speaking of awful names, next we got a song by Lil Darky titled Fried Egg. I only really like this song because it's in a cool Geometry Dash level, but listen, this section of the video is actually inspiring me to make a video on exclusively bad rappers, because right now I could go off on Lil Darky. I could go off, but this video is not about him. I'll leave it at this. Lil Darky not only makes stupid, edgy school shooter music, and not only has a terrible dick riding fan base, but this guy is awful, genuinely fucking awful, and tries so hard to justify it when it's so easy to see through this guy's facade. I'll leave you with that until the video comes out. And naturally, let's go to part 2 of this video, bad songs from good artists. Let's start with a song I genuinely can't believe exists, okay? The song in question is Lil Uzi Vert's cover of Chop Suey. Oh my god. Okay, I know that a lot of people have not actually heard of this yet, and that is a really good thing because this has to be one of the worst, maybe the worst cover I've ever heard of a song. Maybe worse than fucking Puddle of Mud, the Nirvana one they did. I mean it, man. When I first listened to this, my jaw was on the floor because of how, ass this is. I don't know why the fuck he felt the need to do this, but he did it, and it's on Spotify forever. Next one is a song that made an appearance in my top 10 worst songs video, but as an honorable mention, then that goes to High Hopes by Panic at the Disco. I feel like this one is cheating because this comes from modern Panic, not old Panic. So you could say it is a bad artist, but yeah. Okay, this next song is one that I fucking cannot stand, and I swear to God, I remember everyone I knew in real life at one point was trying to convince me that this song was good, but it's so bad. The song in question is Or Nah remix by Ty Dolla $ign, The Weeknd, Wiz Khalifa, and Mustard. All of these artists are fine, but this song is one of the most terrible fucking things I've ever heard. This is so painful to listen to, literally. The beat is ass. The lyrics are uncomfortably freaky, horrible song. One more before we start trashing some of my favorite artists. A song that landed in my top 5 worst of all time, Anxiety by Doechii. It sucks that this song has kind of defined her now, because she's not like this, dude. She has other good songs. Alright, now let's talk about some artists I love who have made some true bullshit. First up, Radiohead. I know I'm gonna get fucking bombed for saying this, cause I always do, but I stand by my opinion, okay? I'm tired of people saying you don't get it, cause I know what I listen to, okay? Most of the tracks on Kid A I fucking loathe listening to. The whole album I really didn't like. I find them just really boring, and yeah, sure, it's fucking unique as hell. No denying that. One of the most unique albums I've ever heard. But I don't think that makes it good. Anyways, moving on to an artist I love who has made bad songs aplenty, Mr. Kanye West. You know, there are quite a few more, recent songs from Kanye that could all go on in this list. But I'm gonna throw a wrench in there and talk about 2 other Kanye songs that aren't from his Nazi Ye era. The first of the 2 songs is one I have tried multiple times to like, but I fucking cannot. It's pretty much his most popular song too, Heartless. My problem with this song, and pretty much the rest of 808s, is that this shit genuinely sounds unfinished to me. I don't like the minimalistic sound at all. It's so boring to me. The second song from Kanye I want to talk about is a song that really ruined an entire album for me, in a way. Just simply due to the fact that the song is fucking 7 minutes long. I'm talking about Blame Game. I genuinely wanted to turn the album off while this was playing, because this song felt like it just wasn't stopping. The song itself is annoying, and the outro is 1,000,000 years long of a girl describing how nasty her pussy is, and how Yeezy taught me. Fuck Blame Game. Okay, the next artist I want to talk about is my favorite solo rapper of all time, Playboi Carti. I want to talk about 3 songs off his most recent album, those being Rather Lie, Fine Shit, and Philly. I fucking hate these songs so much. Music was a decent album, but that being said, it carries some fucking awesome tracks, yet somehow the 2 songs that sound AI and are AI become the most popular. These songs are mind-numbingly boring, and I wish people were more open-minded to the rage subgenre, because the streams on this album will look a lot different. Next up on the chopping block, Gojira. I hinted at this in the Bands I Love video, but fuck Fortitude. Another World is actually so basic. For a band that has proven to be so musically gifted, but not just Another World, but I also want to point fingers at the song that made me turn off this album. The Chant. This song is god-awful, annoying. As the title implies, Joe is just fucking chanting throughout this song slowly, and it's so bad. Gojira, how the hell could you have let me down? How could you make basic-ass, annoying-ass music? I don't even want to talk about this. I don't understand. Moving on, we got another band that was fucking awesome, but then their later releases were straight-up bullshit, Misfits. So, admittedly, so many songs could be brought up, but I want to highlight their album Famous Monsters just because it's also really famous, which, this album fucking sucks, wow. Specifically, the three most popular songs from that album, Saturday Night, Helena, and Scream, all ass, just booty, stinky, ew, fucking yuck. And finally, the last good artist with some bad songs I want to talk about is none other than the one and only Death Grips. They are my favorite band, yet I can admit it, Death Grips have cooked up some hot shit throughout their career. I'll start by talking about my least favorite album from them that isn't Fashion Week. That's just too easy, come on. That being No Love Deep Web. Now, something I love about Death Grips is their albums are very distinct with their sound, and No Love Deep Web is no exception. The album has a minimalistic yet still very industrial sound, and it's a cool concept. However, I did not like actually sitting through like a whole album of this sound. Two songs I want to single out specifically are Stockton and Artificial Death in the West. More specifically the latter because it is the closing track, and it is long and boring. Fuck this track. You think the album's about to end, and then you have to get past this bullshit. Another album I'm not big on is Government Plates. I just find it too decent, if you know what I mean. So, there you have it. Good talk.